Yes, sir. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of D313XP. Man, it's your boy DC1 back in the building, man. Listen, glad to decide to be back with you in this channel, man. So, we definitely got to talk about. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Listen, it's hopefully everybody had a great weekend. This the second day of February, February 2nd. And hope everybody have enjoyed their weekend and stuff. So, man, let's go ahead and jump into it and get into it, man. We got some things got to talk about over the weekend in the sports world been going on, man. So first, we're gonna start talking about the Detroit Pistons, man. The Pistons they played today against our rival Chicago Bulls. The Pistons pulled out the victory against the Chicago Bulls, 127 to 119. It was a great game. Chicago, and the Pistons, going back and forth early. Then the Pistons in the second half took control, never relinquished the lead, and they play Detroit style of basketball. That's what you want. You want a team that plays together, a brotherhood, a guys that's willing to sacrifice. So it was a very good game today, man. So definitely happy for this Pistons team to pull this victory out today. Um, but but yeah, you look at it, this team, and I've been saying this for a while. You see a team that's a playoff bound team, playoff bound all the way. Even I predicted this before the season started. I said the Pistons would be a playoff team. Definitely will be a playoff team. Um, and they shown the way how they play. Um, they are a playoff team. So just good. Excuse me, there's a little bit of breaking news there. Chris Haynes just reported on Twitter that the Kings are trading De'Aaron Fox to the San Antonio Spurs for a three team deal. Zach Levine will lands to Sacramento along with 3 first-round picks. Lead sources tell Chris Haynes. So that's just breaking news that the Sacramento Kings had traded De'Aaron Fox to the San Antonio Spurs. It's a 3-team trade, which we're going to get more details about shortly. This trade deadline it's been unbelievable, man. For to say, man, this is you know expect nothing out of it, man. This NBA trade is pretty crazy stupid. So, but we definitely gonna get into the other trades and the mega trade that happened, last night. So we definitely gonna get into that in a little bit. But um, with the parts with the Pistons concerned, if you look at the box score, um, you look at Tobias Harris, the 16 points, he went 8 for 15. Um, when you look at Sarr Thompson with 12. Tim Hardaway also with 12. Jalen Duren with another double, 21 points and 13 rebounds. Cade Cunningham with another double, 22 points, 15 rebounds. Malik Beasley coming off the bench with 19. Very huge. So Fatakio got it going. At the minutes he played 18 minutes, but he had 11 points, 2 for 4 for 3, 3 for 6 the whole game. Ron Holland came up big early, but he only had 8 points, two assists. But his hustle play, Isaiah Stewart, coming back from a 1-game suspension, he didn't contribute much, but he went 4 points, 4 rebounds, 18 minutes. Sasser came out 14 minutes. He only had 2 points, didn't do a whole lot, but our starters um, did a lot today. So our starters was the key that we won this game. Cade Cunningham, Tobias Harris both played 34 minutes. So Pistons did their job what they're supposed to. Beat a team like the Chicago Bulls, that it's been struggling through the time. So yeah, you know, as you know now, like I said, just brought the news that Zach Levine is now it's going to Sacramento for De'Aaron Fox going to San Antonio. So like I said, it's a 3-team trade. So definitely going to get into that in a little bit. So, but yeah, And you seen with the Pistons, man. Like you really look at the schedule team, man. You look at the schedule, the Detroit Pistons. Um, got some nice. They got some home games starting their 6 game homestand effort coming up for a 5 game road trip. So the Pistons are going to be home for a little bit. For the next week, will be home. So you really look at this Pistons schedule. You got the Hawks tomorrow night. Against Atlanta Hawks, which we already beat Atlanta already, which you know, Atlanta's been struggling. We do have Cleveland coming to town Wednesday. We do have the 76ers, a team that's kind of been the team 76ers has been struggling, still trying to fight their way again in the play-in position. And then we look at Charlotte coming to town before we go back on the road, play against Chicago for a home and home series in their building in Chicago. So we're gonna be on the road for the rest of the time before the All-Star break. Before we coming home at the All-Star break against the Los Angeles Clippers. So the Pistons will be on the road after the 9th, which is Super Bowl day. So it's of course obviously the Pistons game will be at 1 o'clock against the Charlotte Hornets. So if you really look at this team, man, that the Pistons obviously yes, Pistons can make a run to be in a great position for a playoff spot. Like you said, you got a couple of tough games coming up, and you got some games that there are a lot of winnable games. So like you said, the Cleveland one is going to be a tough one. The Atlanta one should be a winnable game. The 76ers, could be a winnable game. Definitely Charlotte, a winnable game. Chicago, both times in Chicago, winnable game. San Antonio, after coming out of the All-Star break, San Antonio's, it's not going to be easy now because you got De'Aaron Fox over there. So San Antonio's making some moves over there. In Atlanta, it's another winnable game. So yeah, in the month of February, you got the Clippers coming to town. It's not an easy win. You got the Celtics coming to town. You got the Nuggets going to get 3 after that. 3 games at home after the All-Star break. Tough opponents with the Clippers and the Celtics and the Nuggets. So there's not going to be easy tests for the Pistons by the end of the month of February. So like I said, it's going to be very interesting. See a team like the Pistons, how they gonna, how they can finish off, strong for this month of February. So we're definitely looking forward to it. Like I said, it's been winnable games, and then going to the All-Star break is going to be huge. So yes, 0-16, yes, De'Aaron Fox to the San Antonio Spurs. It's been rumbling on the possibility going to San Antonio. So now this is pretty much official. I'm trying to get more details about this. Situation. So now it's in the Spurs are sending Trey Jones and Zach Collins to Chicago. Kings are sending Kevin Hooter to Chicago. Jordan McLaughlin is going to San Antonio as well with De'Aaron Fox. So those are the breakdowns of the trade. So yep. So again, just reiterate that the San Antonio Spurs are sending Trey Jones and Zach Collins to Chicago. Yep. Sham Charania, he's breaking it down now as well. Was Chris Haynes, like I said, Spurs, De'Aaron Fox, Jordan McLaughlin, Kings, Zach LaVine, City, Sissoko, 3 first-round picks of Chicago's 2025, Charlotte's 2027, San Antonio's 2031's, Minnesota's, with 3 second-round picks of 2025, Chicago's 2028, Denver's, and 2028 own back picks. The Bulls will have Zach Collins, Trey Jones, Kevin Hooter in their own 2025 pick via San Antonio. So those are the breakdown of that trade and how that happened. So if you have Twitter, if you don't have Twitter, make sure you follow it. Have a Twitter because they can give you the breakdown of what's going on. So now, if you look, this is a huge trade. Now you have a guy, De'Aaron Fox, who definitely will be the starter on that team. for San Antonio with him and um, Wimby out there with a guy of Vassell and with Keldon Johnson and those guys. Still got Chris Paul over there. So yeah, the end of the era for De'Aaron Fox in Sacramento. And, he get a little fresh start. Um, it's just unfortunately that things didn't work out with Sacramento. Sacramento's always been a team that they their organization just they do things backwards. So but yeah, very interesting. And then that's like I said, that was the breakdown of that trade. So we're definitely going to get more to that short, more to the trades. So yeah. So as that being said, you know, Pistons. Let's talk about the playoff bound. The Pistons playoff bound. I'm projecting the Pistons could be in between the fourth and fifth seed. The reason why I say to be fourth and fifth seed, possibly could be six. Definitely I can see a Pistons could possibly be the fourth seed because simple fact, if you really look at the top two teams in the Eastern Conference, it's really somewhat top three. If you look at a team like the Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers, Boston Celtics, as you know, the defending champions. They're not going to go nowhere. They just get the second best record in the Eastern Conference, one of the top five best records in the NBA. Cleveland Cavaliers get the NBA's best record in the Eastern Conference. So you look at that, and then you got the New York Knicks. I know they was on a 6-game winning streak before they lost to the LA Lakers yesterday at the Garden. So you can't overlook the New York Knicks, even though you can see they had a moment with the Pistons. Beat the New York Knicks both times at the Garden this year. I know they did lose one here in LCA early in the season with Jalen Brunson went for 30. But yeah, Pistons they could beat New York, obviously. They can show they can go in the Garden to beat New York. Although New York does have the experience over the Detroit Pistons when it comes in the playoffs experience. So, but then also too, you look at it that the Pistons. If you look at the teams like the Milwaukee Bucks, I don't trust the Milwaukee Bucks because the simple fact, Milwaukee Bucks is a very older team. I know, less they go younger, athletic, and get some younger guys to help to support their cast. I don't really, and the part more reason too is because their head coach Doc Rivers, when it comes to the playoff, you know how he is. He has not been, hasn't been to the NBA Finals in a very long time. He had too many second round exits, first round exits. Doc Rivers just can't get over the hump when it comes to in these playoffs. So obviously, if you really look at the Milwaukee Bucks, they're very much a very older team, very experienced, but very older team. With Damian Lillard and Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez, and you got the Greek freak Giannis out there, but Giannis is almost getting up there too. So I know the Pistons has not beat Milwaukee in a long time. It's been since 2018 since the last time the Pistons had beat Milwaukee, and we haven't beat Milwaukee in a very long time. I mean, Milwaukee just had our number for the past 5-6 years, so it's long overdue to get a win against them. If you look at a team like the Orlando Magic has been struggling, even though with Pablo Banchero been coming back. But you still don't have one of the Wagner brothers out there. They've been dealing with some injuries. They still looking for a consistent scorer out there outside of Pablo. So Orlando, the Pistons show they could beat Orlando as well. Even though Orlando just won the recent matchup in Orlando, but the Pistons has beat them at LCA already. So Orlando's been struggling. Miami has been a disaster this year. Far as even though they what you're gonna expect of the Miami Heat team, they're gonna play hard. They're gonna show They're gonna show the fight. They're gonna show the grit. They're gonna show the Miami style. You know, the Jimmy Butler era has come to the end in that organization, but you never, Miami's still never going to quit. They're never going to fight, even though you can't count them out. But because the great coaching of Eric Spoelstra, but at the same time, with um, Miami is not going anywhere. So, and then you look at a team like Indiana. Indiana has played very well, good basketball. There was this team that was the runner up in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. But you know, I don't trust Indiana either. Indiana, they probably be one of those teams. They'd be there as a possibly a fifth seed, fourth seed. If the Pistons can manage to win more games than them, because Indiana does have the edge on as far as head to head. So if the Pistons can get past them as far as record rise and don't be tied up with them, that could be a huge advantage for the Pistons. But yeah, outside of that, I don't look at either teams. Like you said, the 76ers dealing with a lot of injuries. They're trying to fight to keep their play in. So the teams like Chicago, teams like bottom feeder teams in East Atlanta and all those, Pistons should definitely a playoff bound team. Definitely be a team that can pull a win in the first round. I could see a team I could see the Pistons could be upset somebody in the first round. But if they get in the second round, that would be huge. So, but yeah, definitely Pistons playoff bound all day, man. So, absolutely. And Pistons definitely. So we're definitely looking forward to it. Anybody that's on here that's watching this channel, tell me what y'all thinking. You can put it on the chat, man. If y'all feel that the Pistons definitely be a top 6 player bound team, what do y'all think? Maybe 4th seed, 5th seed, 6th seed. Maybe y'all feel like they could possibly be a playing team. Let me know what y'all feel, man. Put it in the comments, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, I just want to see how y'all feel about this Pistons team, as far as positioning for the playoffs. So let me know how y'all feel about it, man. So yeah, so let's go ahead. We're gonna move on. But first, I want to get into this AD and Luka mega trade. As you know, what the breaking news that happened last night. Obviously, it shocked the whole world. I kind of didn't believe it at first until Sean's broke in and says this is just real, and it came out, and you get the notifications on CBS Sports and ESPN that this was officially the trade, which it caught everybody in the sports world, huge basketball fans, off guard. Then reports that LeBron didn't know nothing about it, Jason Kidd didn't know nothing about it. It was something happened behind the scenes. All this thing. But like I said, it could be possible. Saying, like you said, we got GMs and they work behind the scenes. Sometimes they always don't communicate with the coach's staff, the head coach, and the players until after it starts to come out. So, well, I'm not surprised at that, but I'm very surprised that this trade that went down happened. So, but obviously, to me, this trade is more beneficial for the Dallas Mavericks. And the reason when I say this, because Dallas has got better. If you really look, Dallas has got better. If you people say, well, Dallas is not going to do anything. Well, Dallas may be one of the top 4 teams, top 5, and the West is already loaded as it is. Dallas had to make a move. They felt like, time was up with Luka. They feel like he's just the guy that's, obviously clear he was the best. He's the best player on the Mavericks. But when a guy that he can shoot the ball, he can put some points up, even though he's slow and lazy, but he can do that offensively. He's a hell of a player offensively. But defensively, he's a very liability on defense. Obviously in Dallas, they want to, and their GM to say, well, defense win championships. Obviously, a lot of times it does win championships. he want to start. He want to this team to defend more. So you really look at the Lakers end up getting Luka Doncic. They got Maxi Kleber, a guy that knocked down shooter, and Marquise Morris, a veteran, a guy that veteran's presence out there. Which Dallas, as you see, got Anthony Davis in return. With Max Christie has been a hell of a year with the Lakers since he became a starter. And they got a 2029 their first round pick. Due to salary cap rules, they have to have a third team for this trade. So they in Utah end up being a third team was part of this trade, which they end up getting Jalen Hood, Stefano, which they also got a 2025 second round pick being for the Clippers and 2025 second round pick being for Dallas. So that was the reason, Dallas and Utah ended up becoming a third team. But this trade, if you really look at it, man, this trade, like I said, it just shocked the whole NBA world. Nobody didn't expect, this to happen. It's going to be talked about. It's going to be talked about is how this Luka and LeBron James, how this going to work. Two guys that like to have the ball in their hands, like to dominate. How that's going to work out between those guys. To me, this is more to me like the Lakers are trying to make more superstars on their team, more box office attraction, versus let's go ahead and build this team around defensively, make this team better defensively. You traded away your best defender, Anthony Davis, and one of your young guys, Max Christie, a knockdown shooter. Michigan State, a guy that's played hard, and you shipped him away. This, like I said, this is more because I believe Dallas is won this trade because they want to get better defensively. And if at all, then now you got a big man that can stretch the floor, that is going to defend, that can shoot the three, that can shoot the ball, it's going to get to the basket, it's going to take pressure off of Kyrie Irving. It's also your spacing on the floor as well. With Klay Thompson, you guys still could knock down shots. Now you bring in a guy with Max Christie, a young stud, that's gonna play some defense. It's gonna get to the basket. He's gonna hustle. You still got the guys of the Daniel Gaffers in the world over there. You still got next young players on there in that Dallas team. So Dallas has really significantly got better than this Lakers team. I'm quite sure the Lakers, they know, they say they need a big man, and to have Jackson Hayes is like he's going to be the starter big man for the moment. But I think the Lakers are trying to make another move. They're trying to look to get Jonas Valanciunas. You hear the rumors of that. You hear the rumors of the big men the Lakers are trying to get. So I believe the Lakers are not done with that. They know they need to get a big man. They know it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be somebody that's better than Anthony, a placement better than Anthony Davis, obviously. But yeah, this one was a very shocking trade. Like literally, I mean, nobody was not expecting this. It really thought, like I said, people really thought this was hacked. Sham Sharania just confirmed that it was not a hack. It was not. So this was very shocking, But it's in the business world in the NBA. It's what it is. You see, usually you'll see a mega star player get traded and to a team, and then the other team receives a bunch of no-name players, non-existent players, and some draft picks. To see this, like I said, I can't remember the last time two superstar team players was trading each other. Something I have to do I'm gonna look it up and do the research on that. But yeah, it's been a very long time. Like I said, very long time with that. So, but yeah, but this trade, who won this trade? Dallas won this trade. because they got significantly better. I just don't know if the Lakers actually got significantly better because you bring in Luka Doncic over there. So, um, yeah, it's very interesting, man. Um, Speaking of NBA trade deadline, like I said, they just broke the news about what happened. If you guys know about what just happened with the Sacramento Kings traded to the De'Aaron Fox traded to the San Antonio Spurs and Zach Levine to going to the Kings. Zach Levine will be reuniting with his other teammate that was from Chicago, that went he played with in Chicago of DeMar DeRozan. So Zach Levine will be reunited with him as well. So it's a very, like I said, they decided to move forward. Now the Kings will definitely have to look for that go-to point guard over there. So of course, Sacramento may not be done making any moves either. It's very interesting to see about this San Antonio lineup would be because by Chris Paul being there, with Chris Paul being I'm quite sure Chris Paul about his career maybe a guy would come off the bench. Um, um, I don't see De'Aaron Fox to be the guy that's coming off the bench. I see more for Chris Paul to be the guy that coming off the bench. Um, be the guy that the second unit that's going to bring some spark to the San Antonio's bench. So definitely look to see. That'd be interesting to see with Chris Paul him coming off the bench. More likely, I just don't definitely see De'Aaron Fox, especially a guy that's still young, still got a lot of, still gonna in his prime. A guy he's a lethal weapon. He's been one of those guys. He's been dangerous since his days in Kentucky. Um, People just didn't see a lot of him in Sacramento because Sacramento prior to that, they was losing before, the year, a couple of years ago, they made the playoffs as a third seed, even though they lost to the Golden State Warriors. You saw the promise with that team. And then last year there was a playing team, which is unfortunately not able to get in the playoffs, and they started off a little rocky and let go. Mike Brown and Doug Christie ended up taking over as interim head coach, and it's been doing a good job. It's like I said, the organization's been a bunch of mess when it comes down to signing and trading players and stuff. It's been a mess. We know why. A guy that's running the show hasn't even won a ring, so they probably did. When in fact, didn't he never made it to the NBA Finals? So with that organization, so it just speaks for itself. So, but yeah, like I said, very interesting. I think this trade for the Sacramento and San Antonio, I think it makes it more better for San Antonio. It makes it a little more better for San Antonio. I mean, Sacramento still is going to be a team that's going to compete. They're going to try to fight their way to get in the play-in spot. Even though the West is so deep and loaded, this trade makes San Antonio a little more better. A little more better. So it's definitely going to be interesting. That's NBA. Like I said, it's not done. You got Thursday. Trade deadline ends at 3:00, so we'll definitely see what the Pistons going to do. I'm not expecting the Pistons make any big moves for this trade deadline. So maybe something small, something that can bring in like another veteran presence that's going to help guide this team to get them deep, give it to definitely secure the playoff spot. Definitely, secure a winning season that we haven't had in a long time. So I'm not expecting Trajan Langdon to make any big drastic moves. Something small, something not too hype, something that's that can match with this team. So not expecting Trajan to go all out this year. So it's very interesting though. But like you say, you never know in the NBA where we're just seeing what happened with two superstars traded for each other. You just seen another superstar doesn't get enough recognition of De'Aaron Fox. He was traded. So it's very, like I said, very interesting. to see. So, like I said, stay tuned for the NBA trade deadline. Like I said, the deadline is Thursday at 3 p.m. So simply see these couple days what the Detroit Pistons will move they're gonna make, how they're gonna make the move, and what trading lane in. I know he's making phone calls. So I love trust in trading. I trust in what he's going to do is best with his team and his organization. So I trust and believe he's what he's going to do, what it takes to get the job, get the job done, and get it right, and get right what's best for this player. So, but yeah, definitely looking forward to what he's going to do for this trade deadline. So obviously, we got to talk about it. Another topic got to switch to Detroit Lions. Yeah, as we already know, we lost to the Commanders in the divisional round. The Commanders got whooped on, smacked on so bad in the NFC Championship game. Shout out to my Eagles fly, Eagles fly. To take care of business, put up the 55 burger on them. Excuse me. Put the 55 burger on them, and the Lions, not the way you want the season to end. And obviously, the Detroit Lions is, people say, well, they had a hell of a year, and, to set a franchise record of 15 wins, have a first round bye, number one seed. Yeah. Like I said, to me, it's a very disappointing season because of the simple fact that the expectations for this team to at least to even get back to the NFC Championship game to compete against one of the elite teams in the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles. But for a Lions team that laid the egg out there, like I said, I know we dealt with a lot of injuries, especially on the back on the defensive side of the ball. But it was some point that you have to, as an offense, you cannot put your defense out there in jeopardy like that. Especially when you turn the ball over. So obviously that's what it came down to. When you turn the ball over and keeps your defense out there so long, they get tired. And especially when you already banged, you have at least 13, 14 guys on IR. So that's a lot. That's a lot, especially on the defensive side. So, but yeah, to me, like I said, the Lions, to me, they had a hell of a year. It was very disappointing. Yes, very disappointing. But yeah, we'll definitely look for this time, this city, the state to going crazy, heading down to New Orleans for the Super Bowl, but instead being at home, watching the Super Bowl once again. So Lions got some lot of work to do. I'm quite sure Brad Holmes is gonna evaluate this off season, which players are going to be staying, which are going to be going, what he's going to do when it comes to the draft. Definitely looking forward to it at this off season. So, and I want to give a congratulations to our newest coordinator that we have is Kelvin Shepard, our new defensive coordinator. It's been one of our linebackers. Coordinator, positioning coach for a minute, and now he's been promoted. He's been promoted as our new defensive coordinator, which we kind of expected because his leadership and how he's a guy. He fits part of this coaching staff. He fits the type of that Dan Campbell looks for. So I'm very happy for Kelvin Shepard. I'm very happy for him to get the opportunity to be our new defensive coordinator. I believe he's going to do a hell of a job. I think he's going to get the defense held accountable. I think he's going to do a good job. I really believe he's going to do a good job he's going to bring this defense to be better. Not saying that AG did a hell of a job. AG did a hell of a job when he was here. The years he was here as our defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn did a hell of a job, and I'm proud of AG, and I'm happy he's got the opportunity to be being the head coach. Went on to the Jets and wish him the best in his new coaching career, especially as head coach over the team he used to play for many years. So happy for Aaron Glenn. So, but like I said, now I'm also happy for Kelvin Shepard is our new defensive coordinator. Um, very happy for him. But like I said, it just um, being there, being being there is like I said, he's gonna do a hell of I do he's gonna do a hell of a job. Um, we gotta get our guys defense healthy. We gotta get some look at what's going on in the draft. So obviously, this is definitely gonna be interesting off season. Definitely, Lions still will be one of the top teams in the NFC. So obviously, definitely see what Brad Holmes and what he's going to do. Like I said, what he's going to address in the draft and what he's going to do for his free agency. It's going to be some things that needs to be done. Definitely, So definitely looking forward to that. So, and we also got our offensive coordinator came over, our passing game coordinator. For the Denver Broncos. He was part of the Lions staff for a while back, but obviously now he's our new offensive coordinator. So obviously we're definitely looking forward to welcoming him with open arms. Definitely looking forward to it. This is going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting. See, I'm just struggling down. Looking, see what else has been going on. So, but yeah. Like I said, our new offensive coordinator, John Morton. Like I said, he was one of the assistant coaches, passing coordinator for the Denver Broncos. Like I said, welcome aboard in open arms as well. Yeah, very happy for him. We'll see what he's going to do, what he's going to bring, what type of style of offense he's going to bring. If you really look, like I said, Val Hewley's a passing coordinator, and for the Denver Broncos, their offense was, as far as Denver was okay. There wasn't like the offense that wowed you. They at times put up some points. There are times they, the offense got stagnant. But when you learn it under Sean, use under, Sean Payton, the offense, you're gonna spend the way to the point to score points, but also the way then like I said, the offense was not the best, but like I said, John Morton's going to get his opportunity to show what type of offense he's going to bring. Like I said, we got Montgomery, we still got we still got our Sonic and Knuckles, we still got our St. Browns and the guys, J-Mo, we still got our guys, so I'm not worried about that. But I'm very interested to see what type of style of offense is going to be run with this year with our new core offensive coordinator, and how they gonna whether it be one of those very explosive offense. Will he come with trick plays like a Ben Johnson? Will he do what type of style of offense he's going to present for this upcoming season? And you see, we're definitely going to see that we come in training camp and what more he's going to bring. So, like I said, I believe with Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, what do you do with this coaching staff? So, but yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, like, just unfortunately, like I said, we lose both Ben Johnson and AG, losing our defensive line coach over to the Patriots, and we losing Antoine Randall to Chicago as well. We lost a couple of other coaching staff, our assistant coaches and position coaches over there. Losing some of them, but yeah, move on to their journeys in life. So just start some fresh and get acclimated to possibly become head coaches one today. So, but yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, so definitely look and see what the Lions going to do this upcoming, this off season. They got the combine coming up within about the end of this month. You have the free agencies, the OTAs and stuff. So definitely looking forward what this. And you got the draft, obviously. Definitely looking forward what the Lions going to do. So obviously, um, before I get into the Super Bowl preview matchup, shout out to the guys that's in the chat, people that's watching. Shout out to my guy on 16. Shout out to Alex Heron. Shout out to everybody that's always support this love in this channel, D313XP. Myself, known as Jay Breed. My guy Archangel. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe, man. Follow me. You also follow my other channel, Dynasty Sports Network, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe to that channel as well, man. Very appreciate y'all rocking with us all the time, man. So it's one thing I wanted to say this too. Ohio State, boy, I'll tell you, boy, they lose not only their defensive coordinator become a defensive coordinator for Penn State. Then this happened today. Matter of fact, not even a few hours ago. Chip Kelly has signed as their offensive play caller for the Raiders. Oh my goodness! I mean, Pete Carroll, as their head coach, and now you get Chip Kelly left Ohio State to be, the Raiders offensive coordinator. It's going to be very interesting to see because, Raiders got to get a quarterback. Obviously they got to get a quarterback. Which, let's see, which style of quarterback that's going to fit into Chip Kelly's offensive style, what Pete Carroll's going to do. So it's very interesting. But at Ohio State losing both coordinators now, Ryan Day like he's about to get disposed. It's like he's about to get disposed. It's ironic that both your coordinators leave after y'all win a national championship. So Ohio State, man, it ain't looking too good. Ryan Day is going to get disposed. Ryan Day is going to get disposed as a head coach. You 0-4 against Michigan already. And then you really think, yeah, okay, you won a national title. You didn't even win the Big Ten championship game. You didn't even make it to the Big Ten championship game. Penn State did. Yeah, you won the national championship, but what difference does it make? You couldn't even beat a team in Michigan even their own worst day. Michigan ain't had no offense to provide. They beat you with their defense. So but yeah, that's very interesting. That Ohio State is done. Ohio State is done. Obviously. But yeah, definitely I had to get to talk about that right quick. So obviously we got to talk about what's going on. Super Bowl week. It's officially Super Bowl week. It's here. The Eagles got on their bus and started traveling to New Orleans today. They should be in New Orleans now, getting settled in. All the Super Bowl festivities going to be coming up this week. Media Day is coming up, which is believe is tomorrow or Tuesday. So you get Super Bowl Media Day. You guys going to be practice. You definitely, like I said, the Eagles should be already there in New Orleans by now. They left for New Orleans earlier today. The Kansas City Chiefs, the same as well. They left today. They're in New Orleans. So obviously see the matchups of Super Bowl for a couple years ago, which was a very epic Super Bowl. You know how much I'm an Eagle, love of the Eagles as well, man. The Eagles should have won it, but they lost by 38-35. Which last year the Eagles they started with the hot start 10-1, and they lose 6 of their last 7 games, including the playoff loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the wild card round. but Philly's able to come in, bounce back, gain the number 2 seed in the NFC, bounce back, start winning. They turned their defense around after they start the season 2-2. Went on the bye weekend. Eagles defense just never looked back after that. So, um, but yeah, I'm very excited for the Super Bowl, man, because I want these Eagles to win, man. The Eagles got to win, man. I'm one Jalen Hurts could prove to everybody that he's just not one of those average system quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts is going out there to get us another opportunity in the Super Bowl, which he played well. He played unbelievable. Besides the one fumble he had, which the Chiefs ended up tying the game, made it 14 on in that Super Bowl, with Bolton scooted up and for that touchdown. But other than otherwise, Jalen Hurts played a hell of a game in that Super Bowl a couple years ago. So um, it's definitely going to be interesting. Like I said, it's the Kansas City Chiefs are trying to be the first team to ever do a three-peat. Um, and the Eagles are looking to put it into the Chiefs' run of trying to three-peat. So it's going to come down this match. It's going to come down to who wins the turnover battle. It's going to come down to, we know Patrick Mahomes is going to try to make the plays. We know Patrick Mahomes is going to try to figure a way out. It's going to come down to if the Kansas City Chiefs end up slowing down or shut down Saquon Barkley, the question is going to come down to Jalen Hurts. Can he come through in the clutch? A lot of people say it's remains to be seen, but I believe he's going to come through the clutch. He has shown he can come through to the clutch. And I believe Jalen Hurts will be. And if it comes to a close game, if I'm the Philadelphia, I would not have Patrick Mahomes touch that ball. I wouldn't even him in this offense come out there. So they said it's very interesting, man. Very, very interesting. This is going to be a hell of a Super Bowl. Definitely make sure tune in, get your food, your drinks, everything. Get yourself ready for this game. It's going to be an unbelievable game. It's definitely going to be unbelievable. I'm definitely looking forward to it. So, but yeah, this Eagles. I'm giving my score prediction right now. I got the Eagles winning Super Bowl. Fly Eagles fly. I got them winning a very close game. I got them winning 31-26. 31-26. I got the Eagles winning that game. Saquon Barkley will be the Super Bowl MVP. I believe he's going to have 2 rushing touchdowns with a little bit over 100 yards. So I believe he's going to be a big, huge part. And I think the Kansas City Chiefs would not have an answer for him. I know the Chiefs has been one of the best elite defenses in the league, but I believe Saquon Barkley, if he starts to break one, starts to get going, man, it's going to be a long night for the Kansas City Chiefs. So, but yeah, it's been another great show. It's been a great show already, man. Listen, we're gonna come up on almost 50 minutes. But yeah, very happy for this weekend. Very looking forward to the Super Bowl. Very happy for Detroit Pistons. Very happy for, like I said, what the Lions going to do this off season. Shout out to our Detroit Red Wings. The Wings has been winning. They've been playing some great hockey as well since they made that coaching change. Definitely looking forward with the Detroit Red Wings. They're definitely a team that nobody wants to see. And it's going in the second period right now. The Wings are winning 2-1 against the Vancouver Canucks. So the Wings has been playing some winning hockey. So glad Hockey Town is back as well, man. So got to give a shout out to our Detroit Red Wings. Obviously, also too, wanted to let everybody else know that I will be this year I will be dropping some Detroit Tigers content. Definitely in the midst. I'm gonna be following them. I'm not gonna drop every video every time the Tigers play. I'm not gonna do that. I mean, 162 games. You got some games are double headers, so I'm not gonna drop every. I'll be dropping some Tigers, some content. It's not gonna be based on every game. So obviously, But yeah, I will be doing some Detroit Tigers content, so make sure y'all stay tuned for that as well, man. Definitely look for the Detroit Tigers to make some noise this year, to make a run for the playoffs again, be one of the top teams in the American League. So definitely look forward to that, man. So, and also want to give a shout out to my Michigan State Spartans basketball team, the men's and women's. I know the men's got their first conference loss to USC 70 to 64. Um, Very first conference loss. I'm not tripping about it. The Spartans went the month of January and December undefeated. So you can't even get mad at that. Michigan State basketball is, like I said, you went on the 13 game winning streak. You're not going to win and continue to keep winning every little game in the world. You're going to lose a game in here and there. So I'm not tripping about it. Like I said, still number one in the Big Ten conference. Still, until somebody come beat us, man. I'm not worried about it. Our women's basketball, they got the win today. I know they had a tough loss the other night. So shout out to our women's. Our women's are still contending for the Big Ten. So it's gonna be tough because you got the USC over there and first our women department, and then you still got a couple of the teams. So in the Big Ten first, the women. So and like I said, it's gonna be very interesting. So coming forward, we got next month be March Madness for both men and women. So but yeah, bracket season's coming up. So but like I said, just thank everybody for liking, subscribe to the screen at the bottom with the ticker right there. Like to subscribe to D313XP. I'll subscribe to myself, Nomus J and Bree. Our newest member, Archangel, on the squad as well. Shout out to our guy on 16. Alex here and the other people that's watching today, man. Make sure y'all do that, man. Y'all support this channel, man. Very appreciate y'all, but very appreciate y'all rocking with us. And y'all can catch me on the other channel, Dynasty Sports Network. Myself, Wiseman Cass, got Big Willie Styles, got my guy Zell, Coach of Detroit, and you got my guy Big A, got King. Shout out to those guys, man. DSN baby. Shout out to them. So, like I said, it's been another great episode today. We getting out of here. Got a couple things I have to do before I go to bed. So just make sure hit the like and subscribe, man. Like and subscribe to the channel, man. So but yeah, as that being said, this is your boy DC1, a D313XP, Dynasty Sports Network as well. All this shit. Also, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. I don't have a Facebook at the moment right now, but I will be making a new Facebook, so just bear with me on that, y'all. So definitely we posted some content as well, so make sure y'all stay tuned. So obviously, man, so make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, man. And that's it. It's your boy DC1, D313XP, out of here. Peace.